Alright, so I'm here with STB Brozki, who has been playing Nightwolf for the last few hours here, and is going to kind of give us a rundown on what he thinks about when he's playing the character, and some decisions he makes and why, and maybe some other things. So this is all early, by the way, so it's day one. If you're watching this in the future, don't blow us up, we don't know what's going on yet. We're just figuring things out with the little amount of time we have, so... Anyways,
Yes,
so...
absolutely.
How did you want to go through this? Like, because we played a set with my Shao Kahn versus your Nightwolf, and was there like some strings you wanted to use, or like wake ups? Like, where'd you want to start?
I guess like a good place to start would dis that Knight was at because the fact that he has such like advancing moves, or because I've seen some people refer to Stubby, which I can kind of see in certain instances.
Right.
But the thing is, it's just knowing where he's standing will help you out to like fight against him, and it'll also help if you're trying to learn him to get the grasp of what you want to do and where you want to do it. So, for example, my forward two is extremely slow, so you wouldn't want to do that up close, mainly because it's reactable and you'll get punished for it. But if you're at this distance, kind of just like trying to shimmy your way around, you could get them. You could
Oh, I see.
them. Yeah, so that's where I would want to use that. And at the same time, people will think that you could go for that. You know, nice mid string. And like during the set think, like you said, that you were blocking low for some reason. A lot of people have the tendency to block low even when there's no fear of, because for example with Nightwolf, the only low I have is that one. Right. You know, and that comes after a mid. Even though the first hit looks like a mid, the only thing. So there's
I
mid.
see. All right, that's interesting.
Yeah, so like I said, distance is a big thing, especially in the core too. It helps me, you know, I can immediately cancel out into it at that point. But yeah, so where should we go from this point? I'm not very good at the whole YouTube.
It's all good, man. So, okay, so we talked about his overhead, we talked about his low. So going from the low move that we talked about, let's go into, so you talked about range. Now, maybe is there something up close that he might want to do more than others? I noticed when I was playing you, you did a lot of neutral ducks. And I'm not sure if that was just character knowledge or if that was like something that Nightwolf, I don't know, maybe uses the character. I'm not really too sure, but either way, let's talk about like his close-up options, what he has, mix-ups, that kind of thing. In this variation, anyways.
All right, so close-up, a reason why I was neutral was because down 3 into 1-1-1 is it'll jail. So if you try to press a button, I'll essentially get my best combos off on you to be able to go in for good damage. In terms of like mix-ups, could just because I'm not too familiar with him as of right now, I don't necessarily know what you would want to be going.
Right.
What I really like to do is kind of just bully you with the staggers, kind of just try to get you to feel like I'm going to go for the pokes, just so that, you know, people love, as soon as I start doing this, you're gonna get used to the grab coming afterwards. So what I could do is 1-1 back up, wait for you to down 2, and then completely hit you with an advancing forward, and then go right into a combo if I really wanted to.
Okay. Yeah, he is damn, he really controls that with punishing range. That's pretty crazy.
He really does, dude. I'm telling you. Just like I said, you can get 2 if you see something that you can punish, or just a 2. What else is there? He's got that little string where if the last hit connects, which is an overhead, it goes, I'm pretty sure, mid. Yeah, mid. Oh, I forgot the input. Oh, duh. It's high into overhead.
Okay, so that is something you kind of want to throw. Yeah, that's an interesting thing. So it's kind of like Shang Tsung has a similar thing with his back one too, where you whiff the first hit, but his is only one hit into it. So have you thought much about like setting that up, like just whiffing it and hoping the last hit hits, or?
I definitely try to go more for just like throwing the first 2 hits out there, just so people kind of, you know, and again, like this is only 4 hours, so I don't know what people are going to think when I do these things. but just off the top of my head, if you see it coming, that second one is pretty advancing. So even though it would whiff if you're neutral ducking, if not, it'll get you, because like that, they'll be like, okay, that's a high. I know how to react to it. At the same time, if I finish that off, you're gonna get completely shredded for it.
So does the so my next question is, the hit before the fatal blow, does that have decent recovery where you could stagger it and force a stand block into more pressure?
That is a good question that I don't know.
See, we're learning together here, man. Because that's my thought. It's like, yeah, like sometimes you got to throw it out just to, you know, make them fear it. But do you have to finish it? Or is it full combo punishable? Or is that like the mix-up? Is like sometimes you stagger that so that they're like, oh, got to block higher, else I'll get crushing blowed. And then you actually stop the string and then use the fact that they're standing to go into maybe that he has a high that's a plus on block move or something like that.
Well, right now, looking at it on hit advantage is plus 15. And yeah, plus 15 is kind of crazy now that I look at it.
Recovery of 18 frames, though. That's actually
really
good. That's actually quite good.
Can you see my pause menu too?
I can, actually, yeah.
Oh, that's kind of
cool.
So
13 startup for the second hit, 2 active frames, 18 recovery frames. Like, a lot of moves are in the 20s for recovery, so that's actually really good. So that kind of reiterates my theory that you could just whiff those 2 hits, force them to stand, and still be somewhat safe. It would be a hard read, I think, if they were going to try and punish that.
Yeah. So, no, okay. So yeah, no, that would definitely be a good strategy. You know what I mean? Trying to just get them used to it. Try to get the stagger in there because. Oh, what was I gonna say? Yeah. So like, if a good thing you could do is stagger you. So then that'll automatically get them ready to neutral duck it if you're getting hit by the second hit. So which means I won't even have to for that to try to get.
Yeah. So like you whiff the first 2 hits, then they're gonna stand up to block the overhead. And then you could throw them. Does he have? You could do it down 3, maybe, to try and catch them in the animation of standing up to block the overhead. And
yeah, true. And then even if off of that you can go anything off of 111 because of the jail.
Yeah. There you go. So
I just learned something new. Look at that.
Yeah, look at me. It's like I do this for a living or something. Let's okay, hold on. So I'm going to switch you to the actual tournament variation. We've covered stuff that doesn't really matter because it's just as basic strings. I just want to make sure that we're in the right tournament variation so people don't blow us up like, oh, you're in a casual variation, can't do that, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But, so in this variation, run me through the special moves that he has.
Okay, so in this variation, I know he has Rising Tomahawk, which because that's what you'll usually see in all of his combos. He's got
combo extender, right? The reflect.
He's got the standard reflect.
He can hold that out for as long as he wants, or
no, that's as long as it goes. So I want to say 1. Oh, wow! I guess right there is when it ended. Does that not reflect?
Oh, that's interesting.
All right, hold on, dude. I'm gonna try to do it on reactions. No, it's not reflecting.
What? That's a pretty big glitch, man.
That is actually.
Okay, hold on. Try this.
Okay, hold on.
So that reflects just fine.
Yeah, look at that. That's crazy.
That's a pretty. All right. Oh. Well, then maybe this is accidental bad matchup.
Right? That's interesting. Now I'm kind of curious to see if that's because that is a projectile, right? Oh, it doesn't even do that. Okay, so I don't. Something's telling me that that's supposed to be the way it's supposed to be.
So okay, so that brings up another question because, for example, Aaron Black's Scud Shot. Cetrion can ground pound the first hit of it, or it eats the first hit of ground pound, but then it gets hit by the second one. This is interesting though because it looks just like a projectile.
Yeah, it
So
really does.
there's that tells me there's something different about the properties of this move than any other move in the game.
Yeah.
That raises some questions about Shang Tsung.
I mean, it's very interesting that he could reflect Jax's ground pound, and that makes no sense to me.
You can reflect Jax's ground pound, but this just...
Yeah, so a thing that is not a projectile, but you're actually throwing a projectile at me, and that's a projectile by every sense of the word, and it's just not reflecting. That's crazy.
Interesting. Okay, so anyways, we got a little bit sidetracked by that a little bit, but that might actually be another topic for another video. I don't know. Either way, so we got the reflect. We're going through his moves that he has in this variation.
He has the Rhino Charge.
So is that only in this variation? It's not.
I believe so. To be honest with you, let me just double check with you, because when I was doing the tower yesterday, before I actually had access to him, I could not do the Rhino Charge. So abilities, yeah. So it's Rising Tomahawk and Spirit of Kaiba, are the ones, I guess, that are the actual things. Yeah. So my apologies, everyone. Right. But yes, that would mean the buff, which on meter burn, I get a hit of armor once he pumps his fist.
So it's only one hit of armor. Is it on anything, like the whole duration of the buff, or is it just while he's doing it?
It's just while he's doing it. It'll raise his damage up a bit, yeah. But it's very good for knockdowns on wake up, because if your opponent goes for the wake up and you end, say 1-1-1, mid combo where they would drop and you throw that out off the cancel, you will get the hit of armor when they do the wake up, and their wake up will eat or your armor will eat their wake up, and you can get a full punish. And not only will you get a full punish, but you'll now have buff damage on a punish.
Okay, so here's another question then. Does he have any gaps in his strings where you could cover with that, so that if they try and punish the gap, they would eat the armor and then you punish them back? Have you got that far with the character?
I have not gotten that far, no. Okay. Actually, you just raised my alert to that. I have to figure that out. Excellent.
There we go. See, again, this is why I do this for a living.
Yeah, this is nice. This is nice.
Yeah, we're learning together, man. Okay, so those are... So, outside of the... so it basically is just a damage buff with a hit of armor if you enhance it. Is there anything else we need to know about that move?
Off the top of my head, no. All I got for...
Cool, man. I like that. So... I don't know. Normals, I feel like we've covered most parts of this character by now. Is there anything we forgot to? We covered strings, Did we cover normals, or am I just blanking out?
I don't think we did the normals.
Okay. Do you have any comments about the normals up until this point?
Man, I'm trying to think.
Sorry, I put you on the spot. I know we talked about the overhead. We talked about the string with the low, but it's at the end of it. He doesn't have a big boot kind of thing, does he? Like Shao Kahn does. It's
no, nothing like that.
That's unfortunate. He had a move in MK9 where he just did this really awkward looking kick, and everyone called it the big boot because it just knocked him down. And it was really good.
Yeah. No. I remember that move taught me what plus frames were.
Yeah. There you go.
Exactly. Yeah. I remember trying to mash my way out of that and getting.
The good old days, man. The good old days.
Oh, yeah, he was like, "You can't fucking attack." I put my mic in. I was like, "Why?" And he was just and it's funny because he was shit talking to me, and then when I plugged my mic in, and I guess I sounded like either a child, is when he kind of was like, "Whoever this is, I don't know if you'll remember me. You probably won't, because I don't even remember my own gamer tag. So calling you out on this, I sound like an idiot, but." You helped me learn what plus frames were that day. He sat down with me, ranked me, and was like, "All right, let me explain this to you." And I was like, "Dude, this guy is really cool." And then after that, I sent him a friend request, and he completely dodged it. He didn't respond to it. I messaged him. I remember the day after, I was like, "You trying to play?" And he just was like, "No." I think he doesn't like beating on kids. So shout out to that guy.
Yeah, man. Shout outs to that guy. That's way back in the day, man. This I think that was Xbox 360 days, way back.
Yeah,
then.
Dude.
There's memes about that where it's your friend says yeah, I'll see you guys online tomorrow. And then you go on your friends list since like last online like 9 years ago.
Yeah, that's the
Like that was the day we lost him, man. I don't know what happened.
dude. Yeah, that's actually really crazy. That's funny.
Wow. But I guess that's all we have for Nightwolf right now. I guess. Do you have any last thoughts about this character?
I mean, like, hey,
Overall.
I'm definitely gonna be playing this character. Overall, this character's great. You know, I think this character is really. He's got good options for the Oki. He's got great range. He's so good at whiff punishing. He's got, you know, even though we found out that the reflect was either A, not working the way it should be working, shout out to Tom Brady, or it was just like, I guess, like you said, depends on the property of the moves.
It's just bizarre that doesn't work against it, but
yeah, it's really, really interesting. But no, I think this character just down the line is going to, you know, when you start finding out more when people start finding out more dirt, start becoming more comfortable using him, myself, this character is going to be very scary. His damage is also very good. His damage is, you know, mid-screen as of what I've found, I can get like 2,900. Crushing Blow, I can get 400. Or not 2,900, 290.
I was gonna say like that's.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Could you share that with me, please?
Yeah. No, that's my secret tech that nobody will ever see.
Brozki goes to a tournament, just does like 2,900 damage to some.
Yeah, all I need. Yeah, just sit there and block if that were the case, and wait for you to fucking screw up. But no, yeah, his crushing blows aren't very hard. Standard down 2. He's got one that we went over where the final hit there.
Yeah.
At 2 crushing blows, or he's got crushing blows on both grabs, which is awesome because, like I said, this character looks like he's got good, you know, he's got good pokes into grab game. He's got nice. I still want to test out the staggers, but
right.
From what does have some pretty decent staggers. And yeah, just trying to get those crushing blows is going to be damage. He controls the neutral pretty well, and you know this move is also very good. I love this move.
Yeah, the second mid is super fast. I was getting hit by that a lot in our set, so
yeah, so like if you're getting zoned out, which realistically you shouldn't be because reflect, which is always going to be in a fear of zoners now. But you could also kind of just use the bow and arrow to kind of try to get them to aggressively, you know, lose their patience, start throwing more things out, and bam, you've got a reflect. That'll definitely punish them for that. But yeah, overall, I think this character is great, and the best part about him is he's a lot of fun. So if you guys are interested in getting him, if you don't have the con or whatever the case may be, try this guy out. He's definitely much more enjoyable than the majority of the people in the cast, in my opinion.
Brozki, this has been very educational. Thank you for taking the time to break down Nightwolf for us.
Of course. I'm sorry, everyone, if it's not as good as you'd like, but I will be back on the channel with a much better Nightwing, and I still won't tell you guys anything educational. Enjoy that.
You said Nightwing. That's DC.
Nightwolf, yeah. Dude, I've been doing that a lot. And it's funny because I was showing my little brother, and I was like, yo, like, Nightwing is dope. And he was sitting there, he was like, what are you talking about? Like, you're showing me this, but you're talking about a completely different person. Like, what do you mean, bro? It's not. He's like, you keep saying Nightwing. Yeah. So, excuse me on that part. But yeah, Nightwolf is awesome. He's cool. And I usually would never, ever play this character because he was always super boring to me. And especially in MK9, yo, I hated him.
They've always done him dirty, like, character-wise. They didn't develop him too much, I think.
Yeah, no, definitely. But now I feel like I'm a Matoka.
Matokan warrior.
Yeah.
And tomorrow you're working on the other variation, so maybe at the end of the day tomorrow, maybe we could do another kind of rundown on that variation if you're cool with that.
Absolutely, you hit me up and I will be more than happy to apply. And I'll be labbing him, you know, the moment I get home from school. So we'll see how that goes.
Nice one.
I'm excited to play that one too, to be honest. The only reason why I kind of went with I start off with the first one before I go into the second one. But I really do like the idea of his command grab. I want to see because I know a lot more people are playing this variation, so I just want to kind of truly explore. I was gonna say like cave explore. I don't know why. It sounds
cave
explore. But
well, people tend to gravitate towards the variations that have the combos, and I noticed that when I played Shang Tsung, is that people played Warlock because he had the better combos and better damage. But Spellmaster does a lot of cool things. We're not talking about that for now. I'm just using that as a, talking point that, Jinx was talking about it earlier, that he was playing the command grab variation, and that it's actually very strong in a lot of different ways, and like a lot of grab loops and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see what you come up with if we do that tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. If you want to subscribe, thanks to Brozki. You're not too active on social media, but you're on Twitter now, I know.
Yeah, you guys can follow me on STB_Brozki with a Z. So follow me. I like to post things, and I think I'm really funny.
He is really funny.
Every time I post things that I'm like, this is gonna totally kill, I lose like 10 followers. If you guys want to totally follow me and give me like a week to make or yay, break me or not, hey, dude, do it. I'm also kind of like a douche on Twitter, so if I say something rather any, call me out on it. We can have a nice gentleman-like debate, and hopefully you stay. Please stay. I like having followers, even though like I have like 4 of them, but they're like the nicest people I've ever met.
The 4 nicest people in the world on Brozki's Twitter. You heard it here first.
Yes, you heard it here first.
And you maybe heard it here last.
Yeah, true.